All right, we're back.
We're back. Kevin Israel, you guys were talking about improving?
We were just talking about when you have to set kind of realistic goals for whatever it is you're doing. You have to set realistic goals and accept that you're not going to see your end result immediately.
Yes.
And know realistically what to expect. Like I did. So I put YouTube content up. I have to sit down with somebody and be like, what should I be doing? Because I have my Instagram account is completely different stuff than what I do on Facebook and on Twitter, and then I do stuff on YouTube that isn't necessarily comedy stuff. So I have all this different stuff going on. But I've always wanted to do little videos on YouTube about something. I just never knew what because I have so many different interests. But I love geek stuff. I love comic books. I love comic book movies. I love all that shit. I read comic books. I played Dungeons and Dragons in high school. I did all that shit, and I'm still into that world a little bit. And so I always wanted to do stuff about that. So I did a couple of little videos talk about whatever. I watch The Flash. I watch Arrow. I watch all that stuff.
I love those shows. Yeah.
And nothing really happened with it. And then my girlfriend got me in to see the premiere of Batman v Superman, the red carpet premiere in New York.
Nice.
So I was one of the first, 700 people to see the movie in the country. So as soon as I got out at home, I did a review on it, and I wrote I think a 5-minute little YouTube review, and it got like 6,000 hits, and it was the most hits I've gotten on anything ever on my own, and I was like, oh shit, like I'm gonna keep doing this stuff. So I watched Game of Thrones. So I was like, I'm going to start doing Game of Thrones reviews because I love I read the books. So I'm going to do Game of Thrones reviews. So I did my first Game of Thrones review, 27 views, and I was like, shit. So then I was like, well, and like you almost said with P90X, so you get discouraged. Yeah. So I was like, I'm not going to do that anymore. And then I was like, you know what? Fuck that. I'm going to do it again. So I did it again, and the next week I got 110 views.
Cool.
And then the next week I got 130 views. So I was like, you know what? You got to stick with it.
Keep
and I'm not saying that like this is going to go anywhere,
dude.
But it's about saturating your content into whatever market you're trying to get into, and it's about people just once they see it and they go, oh, and I get positive, and I mean it's just me talking. It's not like I don't sit there and go, well, in chapter 6. Of A Feast of Crows, that doesn't go with what happened in season 4. Like I don't do that. Like I just go and I'm like, it was cool to see her tits. And where the fuck are the dragon? Like but like I say what I think everybody else is thinking and my thoughts and I try to do it in under 5 minutes and something real quick, something easy, just my thoughts. Put a little comedic twist to it if I can. I don't kill myself to do that either because when you force comedy, it sucks. And you stick with it, you little by little. Who knows? Like maybe these people start going, oh, I like that. And I'll keep listening. And if I get, 500 people watching, 1,000 people, like then whatever.
I think 3 of our friends maybe listened or watched when we first started. But that's it, man. And like earlier today, one of our buddies asked me how many people listen live, and I was like, well, I know we have like 53 followers on Ustream, but I don't know about the other thing, IPM. And I messaged Matt, and he's like, I'll take a look. And he said, like 260 average a week.
That's great.
Listeners, I was floored. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
I did not expect.
Because once one of those people goes, hey, to one of their friends, hey, you should listen to this, and then they are like, and that's how stuff grows now. Because we don't have the luxury of those 40 stations on the dial where you just scroll through and you're going to be on one of those stations and they're going to hear you. Yeah. Now people kind of have to discover you.
It's oversaturated, but if you do a good product, that's what I was telling Adam too. Like if you do a good product, it'll show. You'll build that audience.
Oh yeah. It just takes time, and you have to kind of find what your thing. And you can't force it. You can't be like, all right, we're gonna be, we're gonna all talk in voices, or we're gonna be characters, or like
we're
just
gonna have a Hillbilly
morning
producer.
zoo,
Right.
Bing bong! I'm gonna sit there with my morning zoo thesaurus.
Yeah, exactly.
Zippy zop.
Zippity zangs. Zappity ta. I did like that you mentioned your other stuff too. I did read the first chapter of your serial.
Oh, thank you,
dude. That was cool.
Thank you.
It's like sci-fi.
Yeah. And that's that's my
future.
thing. I have so many different interests. I have so much shit written halfway. Like I go every now and then, I'll go through my stuff and I'll be like, I should probably finish this. I should probably do something with this. I should probably do so. I got contacted by an agent a couple months ago, and they were like, hey, do you have anything written, a sitcom that we could just, it's nothing's definite, but we just want to send out a sitcom to somebody. You said you write. Do you have anything? I can't remember what they wanted, but I was like, I don't think. Let me go through my stuff. And I did. I had something written like 5 years ago, and I went through it. And I was like, I read it. I was like, wow, this is actually not bad. Like I thought it was just gonna be like terrible.
Yeah.
So I sent it to him. I was like, look, I wrote this 5 years ago. You might think it sucks. This is what I have. And he wrote it. He was like, no, this is perfect. This is what we're looking for. And I think they were just looking to send somebody a bunch of shit so they could see that they have. And that's fine. Like I don't have any illusions that somebody's gonna be like ABC's gonna be like, hey Kevin, you quit your job. You can come, do our thing. But yeah, I have all this shit, like, and I don't know exactly what to do with all of it.
That's
right.
Because I just do so much different. I do the memes on Instagram about I'm into fitness, so I do a little stuff about that. I'm kind of into that world a little bit. Because fitness is huge, right? Fitness is bigger than it's ever been, ever. And on YouTube, if you just look up all the different fitness YouTube personalities, and there's just all this, and there's drama between them, and they all know each other, and there's all this shit. And on Instagram, it's big, and so I'm kind of into that. And then I'm into the geek stuff, like I love like the superheroes, and I love comic books and all that. So I do that a little bit. I write my own stuff. I do the comedy thing, and it's like, well. And my dad's famous line was to me used to be like, "You have to find one." And I was like, "What does that mean?" He's like, "Find one thing."
One thing.
He's like, "You need to calm down." Because I was always in, like when I was a kid, I ran track, I played soccer, I was in the band, I acted.
I like that you have all those different.
I did all this shit.
That's amazing.
And my dad was always like, "Just find one," and that was his way. But my way was always just to kind of be all over the place.
I do like, though, perfect the one art, but I do like having the different things. And how old are you, dude, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm going to be 40.
Me too. But to you still to have that passion and all those...
Oh, yeah.
I really,
man. Like, I can't sit
kind of like
still.
I was maybe in my 20s, but now I'm just like,
nah,
I'm exhausted.
And you know what? You know what feeds it even more? Thankfully, I'm seeing a little success through comedy. So the minute you get that little taste, as little for me as it is, and as you go, oh... It's almost like drugs. Like that first, they say that first shot of heroin is like, and you chase that for the rest of your life. And for me, it's like, oh, I got this little bit. Now let me see if I can latch it. Can I make something more out of this? What can I do with this? And every time you have a little bit of success with it, it goes, oh. And you got to but the problem is if you go too long without those hits every now and then, you start to go, fuck this, I want to walk away from it.
That's kind of like what we've been talking to. We had one of our buddies, he's a comedian, Lucas, he came on once and he said, have you pissed anyone off lately? And at the time we hadn't, and I'm like, no, not that we're not trying, but that's kind of a rush in itself.
Oh, yeah, we love it.
Yeah, well, because you're stirring the pot. You're making people talk, making people think, and whatever it is. And I think that's the great thing about doing something like this or doing comedy, where you're talking to people and you're making them think. And whether for better or worse, you could be saying the most offensive shit, but at least if you're making them think and making them go, oh, that's a different point of view. Oh, that's a different way of looking at something. And that makes because I think people just sit in front of their computers and just stare at shit so much without thinking about it. Without processing. I think when you make somebody mad and you make them want to go online and go fuck you, or you make them want to go on their show and go, oh, they fucking were, they wanted us to be hacks or whatever, like then you go, oh, I did something, like I made something happen. There was I was the catalyst and there was a result, and that's awesome.
That's
for me too. It's like a character development thing, because I always use it's out of my comfort zone. I used to be the guy that I wanted everybody to be happy and please everybody, so doing the show and pissing people off,
Kevin.
At first it was scary.
You must have got a lot of chicks with that attitude.
No, I didn't.
Chicks love that.
Right? Yeah, so that was my problem. But and it was scary pissing people off, man. And we get attacked, and I'd get for days I'm just shaking, oh my god, what's gonna happen?
Hiding under the covers.
Yeah, but I've gotten to a point now where I don't give a fuck anymore, and it feels great. I'd be like, I don't care. It's just funny where you can laugh at it and
are talking about it. Like you said,
it's still
there's that fine line too between love and hate.
Yeah, and there's still are things, because there's certain internet groups where you get it gets a little scary, and it's I don't want them getting my personal information,
but then everyone else is like, yeah, that's good,
yeah,
people are rabid online.
That's how you blow up.
People because people think like Beyonce's followers, and people think that we have an identity now, and you have all these people. And I feel bad saying it, but you have maybe all these weirdos out there who were never able to latch onto something, and now online they can all have a community, which I think in a way is great. But then they all get so focused on whether it's Beyonce or whether it's the Care Bears or whatever weird shit they're into,
it's like a lynch mob.
And then they go, oh, I'm coming after. I mean, you see it in politics now too. The Bernie Sanders followers and everybody freaking out over that. You got all these people that go, and it gets so concentrated, and then one little thing, and suddenly they all explode. And it's that is kind of taking what I was saying a little too far. Like,
Right.
We've had people tell us we were hate speech and bullies, and then they're all saying how we should be burned in the streets and just.
We were worse. We are worse than a woman who lit her baby on fire.
That's the story
we are
told.
more
That's a win.
We
That's
are
a
more
win.
dangerous than her. That is a win.
Yeah, we were worse. We were worse.
Yeah.
We should be set on fire.
Set on fire in the streets. So
I want
everybody can
somebody to
point
say
and laugh
something
at
like that. Around me.
And then she retracted it. That whoever.
Oh,
was
yeah,
a
they
guy or
always-
lady. I don't even know because they all have names and pictures you can't tell. And and
half those pictures aren't even actually pictures.
that's
of them.
it. It's just
Yeah,
some
it's the worst.
some other actor or whatever. I
Or
don't know.
some stupid like anime bullshit or
Yeah.
something like that.
Oh, the anime world. That's you don't even want to dive into that. You could do a 5-hour show on anime.
Well, were you ever into anime being like a
Yeah.
comic book fan? Yeah.
When I was
So
in
great,
when I
right?
was in college around must have been around like 94, 95. My buddy and I got into this anime phase. I mean, this is when you would go to like the local video shop and they would have some like weird little corner.
Ninja Scroll.
And Ninja Scroll was my
Yeah,
fucking
that-
shit.
that
I
is
love
fucking
Ninja
amazing.
Scroll.
Yeah.
Chris
God,
had
I
that.
want them to
Hell
make
yeah.
a fucking movie out of that.
Yeah.
That
That
was,
was-
if you're
that was
listening to
good.
this and you haven't seen Ninja, turn this off right now and put it. I'm sorry, guys. Put it in Ninja Scroll.
Dude, he's not
Alright,
kidding,
Ninja
man. It
Scroll.
was-
I'm gonna
That's
go
the
watch
one
the
with
No,
the
no.
box
Here's
set.
my thing on anime. Like,
so
there's
cool.
some really good ones.
Really good.
Oh,
yeah.
and then
But the
lot
fucking
of-
some of the fucking fans, man, they
Oh.
just scare them.
Yeah.
And
fucking
anime, and
terrifying.
it seems like anime, and I don't know because I haven't gone really into the depths of anime. I've seen a lot like Fist of the North Star, Ninja Scroll, all that, like all the more mainstream stuff. But it seems like if you're into something, there's a production company who will make anime just for you. Like, you want to see a lobster fuck an octopus with a horse's vagina? We are going to make that for you. It's
already
and there's
out
going to be
there.
4 people who watch it, but it's going to be... And you search some of this shit on... It's mind-blowing what Japanese people are into. Like, just absolutely
Oh,
mind-blowing.
they're savages. They're savages.
Insane.
Don't they have like panties and vending machines over there? Like, they're
Oh,
just-
probably. And they don't. And they're the most like. If you just look at them on the outside, like in the business day, they all look very conservative, they're very put together, and doing their
Yeah.
thing. And inside each of them is just this fucking horny freak who just wants to like bang a lobster. Like what? What are you
tentacles.
into?
Yeah, the more tentacles, the better.
Yeah, or
Like,
it's always animals with breasts and dicks. Like there's a lot of like horses with boobs and cocks banging each other. That's a whole thing that's just huge out there.
wow.
The fucking tentacle. Oh, man.
Holy shit, that's crazy. Wow.
There's a great anime called oh fuck, I'm gonna forget what it's called. God damn it, I forget what it's called. It was this very little unknown movie. Kind of had a superhero feel to it. It was about this guy who was called a demon hunter, and Straight Jacket. I think it was called Straight Jacket.
I've heard of it.
And he would go. Demons somehow got into the world and were like fucking everything up. And they created this arm, and some people had magical abilities. But if you used too much magic, you would become a demon, or a demon would take you over. So there were these hunters that would go out, and they'd wear these armor called straitjackets
Yeah,
that
I've
allowed
seen
them
that,
to use magic without being taken over by a demon.
Nice.
And I think it was a series. I think it was a short series of 5 episodes. First of all, why they haven't made this into a movie yet is mind-blowing, because it's a great sci-fi horror mix. And there's the main character is this awesome badass, almost like feels like a Batman type character, and it's so violent and so horrific. Like, it's cartoons too.
Yeah,
It really
yeah,
is. He's
some of them
not-
are.
dude, I've
Yeah.
seen this.
Yeah, it's
I've
good.
seen it.
It's
Yeah,
really, really good.
It
And
is
I'm telling you, and a lot of stuff doesn't hold up now, probably just because of the quality of animation. I've seen this more recently, and it still holds
Still
up.
holds up. Nice.
And they do a real good job at portraying how much pain these people are in as they become these demons, and how much they hate themselves. And it's such a dark, fucked up story,
Yeah.
and you don't know, like, he's killing these people who are these demons who accidentally became, and it's just like, it's one of those things where it's like, I'm watching a cartoon, but I feel really bad.
Some of
Dude,
them-
the
yeah,
demons,
like, some of them-
demons in this, they're like straight up like Cronenberg.
Yeah.
Like Dan
Yeah.
Cronenberg shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Some animes like
This
make you
guy.
really sad. Like
Yeah.
Full Metal Alchemist had some really
Oh,
sad
yeah.
parts, and some of it's crazy. You're watching a cartoon, but
Do you ever
it's
see
like,
something called The Winds of Forget? It was about. It was a real easy, simple story where something happened and everybody became savages. Like everybody forgot who they were and they basically just became animals. And there's this one dude who doesn't remember who he is, but he has his intelligence. Like he's a guy and he's trying to survive and he's trying to figure out why he remembers. And he travels across the country. I think it's actually set in America. He travels across the country trying to find other people like him, and he can't find anybody. And finally he finds this little girl. I think it's a little girl, and she's a person too, but she's like pristine, like she's clean, and she just doesn't fit with it. And she's like, there's a town where everybody's like us. And he's like, oh my god! And they fight to get to this town, and they get to the town, and he's so happy, and he like meets the people, and he meets this girl, and he falls in love, and blah blah blah, and they're all robots. He's still the only real person. It was like a town.
Wow.
And
I thought you were going to say like it was just in his head.
No, they're all like androids. And it was a town created as like an amusement park that when all the people disappeared, the robots just started running themselves.
Wow.
And now you don't have to see the movie because I just spoiled it. No, I've heard of it though.
It's just... just
kind of creepy.
It's creepy.
Yeah,
it's really creepy.
Some really good episodes, like in the beginning, but later on, it just takes like a really weird twist.
It does make you think, like towards the end, but it's just it's.
It's interesting about like these. It's about these immortals, and so it goes through, and it goes through like years. Like it will jump like 40 years. Like an episode would be like
100
years, and kind of like follow them around a little bit, but.
Kevin, we don't have too many more minutes till the break, but I saw are you recording
yes,
a comedy album?
I'm recording my album June 17th. It's actually my 40th birthday. Friday, June 17th at the Algonquin Theater in Manasquan, New Jersey. It's gonna be my first comedy album. I'm really, really excited about it. It's a big deal. Algonquin Theater sits 600 people, so I'm hoping we can fill the place, and so you can actually hear some laughter on the album. You can get tickets at kevinisrael.com. There's a link that you can click right away and just go. Tickets are only $20. And June 17th at Algonquin Theater. And it's going to be an hour. I have some buddies on it. I have Buddha's going to be on it, Mike Sicoli for my show, and Gerald Benford's going to be on it. Cool. Great comics. They're going to do some time, and then I'm going to do my hour set. And I'm really, really stoked about it. It's being produced by Soul Joel Entertainment. Joel Richardson is helping me out, and it's I'm stoked about it. So definitely kevinisrael.com. You can get tickets, come check me out, and we're gonna have an after party, and I'll get fucked up.
Cool,
awesome.
Yeah.
That's
Sounds
awesome.
amazing.
Gerald's cool.
We need to go see.
I still don't know if Gerald likes us or not. Though.
I know he does.
Gerald likes everybody. Gerald likes everybody.
What did he say last time we talked to him? He was with Dave, and he got on the phone. He said, "Suck my big black dick."
Yeah. And then he just handed the phone back. He's like, "Oh, they're probably all just fucking around anyway."
That's Gerald.
Slim's like, I don't know. Does he hate us? And Dave's like, no. He's
actually, and another thing I have so much that I could sell all day on this stuff. Gerald and I have a venture. We're doing social media consulting. So people, small businesses and entertainers who don't know what to do with social media or don't think they're doing it effectively will come in. We'll revamp your social media platforms. We'll help with messaging. We'll help find what you need to do to get to your audience. I've been doing social media and public relations pretty much my entire professional career. Cool. So social communication studios, socomstudios.com. You go there, you can get in touch with us, and that's another service we're going to be offering.
Sweet.
Cool. Because comedy just doesn't pay enough.
Nice, dude. Nice. Cool.
You want to take a break here, then?
Yeah, I think we'll take a quick break, and we will be back with Kevin Goatee.
All right.